Going live, man.
Let's do it. Talking about episode 9 on episode 4.
Episode 9, yeah. We'll get there someday.
5 weeks mathematically, but not continuously.
Hey guys, Jeff Kram, the hardest working man in real estate, and
Johnston with Community First Credit Union.
we are live, season 1, episode 4.
Yep.
We don't have a special guest today. They're kind of hard to come by. If you want to be a special guest, don't hesitate to reach out and say, "Hey, I want to be a guest," and we'll get you on the show for sure.
Right on.
So we have a few planned. We have a few coming up, but right now it's just us. So sorry, just us.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry, because our charisma is going to carry this one. So,
yep.
Also, next couple weeks we're going to be off. With both of us have things going on, kind of a tandem dynamic duo type thing. Don't want to do it by ourselves. So here in 3 weeks we'll have a real big good one for you guys.
Yeah, so that brings us to our real estate market update. I think that's what most people watch this for.
Yeah.
Not just our pretty faces. Hey, the spring market's still slow.
Yeah.
I see you had a bunch of listings though on Caravan, so
yeah,
that's positive.
They're there. So if people are looking to get out there now that the weather's better, there's a lot to look at. I've been talking with a few realtors that have been showing properties, so that's an encouraging sign.
Yeah, it's kind of slowed down for me on the showing side of it, and on my listing side of it, it's still a little slow. Not a lot of showings. I think the weather is. People are just tired of it, and they just kind of want it to stop.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them. I want it to stop too. I know we always hear the people, well, we need the rain. Well, yes, we need the rain, and I agree with you, but I also need to make a living.
Right. Yeah, trying to remember, hey, this time last year we were begging for this, and I guess, be careful what you wish for. But
yeah, so hopefully we'll have a good fire season this year.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, the market's definitely a little slow. A few new listings this week. A few more came on last week than this week. Nothing's really changed versus the average price per square foot. There's been a few sold, so and I hope you've seen most of these in the Facebook groups. But other than that, no, so the spring market's going to be there. It's just going to take a little more time.
All right, so I've got a tip for you guys, a tip from a lender. I'm with Community First Credit Union, and my tip this week is to know the difference between what you can be qualified for and what you can afford. Because some people don't realize that there are cases where you can be qualified for more than you can really afford. Because when you're looking at debt to income ratios, there are a lot of things that don't factor into that. Things like your cell phone payment, or regular bills like your phone bill, your cable bill, things like that. So sometimes you'll think, oh, hot dog, I was approved for this amount. But then when you think about how much that payment is going to be, it can be a little bit of overwhelming. So it's always good to have an idea for how much you can afford when you go into your lender, not just concerned about how much you can be approved for, because sometimes they can be quite a bit different. So find something that's going to be that you like, maybe the top limit of like, this is where I'm comfortable, and try not to go too far from that.
Yeah, I agree. And I always tell first-time home buyers, especially first-time home buyers, that that first-year mortgage payment is probably more than what they're used to paying. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's that first year is really kind of taxing on them, because it takes like a year to get used to the payment. But the best part about it is, after 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, rents go up, mortgages don't, unless you refi, then they go down.
Right.
In most cases.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where when you get your home, there's that payment shock at first. Like you were saying, the first couple of payments are a little rough, but just like anytime you get a new job or anything happens financially, you find a way to work your life around it. So it might be a little bit strange at first, but you'll find that really quickly you can really adjust your life to meet your priority is probably going to be your house payment. It's the most important thing that you own, most important payment that you're going to make. You got to have a roof over your head. So, like the rest of your life can adapt to it. But yeah, definitely it's a little strange at first and can be.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's kind of go right into this week in history.
Sounds good.
only a few real major things happened this week in history, and today was the death of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, our longest-term president, 14 years in the White House. And after his death, Congress passed a law where presidents can only, do 2 terms. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's Franklin Delano Roosevelt was single-handedly responsible for bringing us out of the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
Not only World War II helped that too.
Right.
But he was definitely through one of the most trying times in American history. I think more so than the Civil War, honestly. Apollo 13 took off yesterday. We kind of know how that one ended.
Yeah.
It ended good, but it could have ended badly. But and I think they had the problem on, it would be the 13th, so we have a few days before they actually have to, Houston, we have a problem. The Beatles. Yeah, you came up with this one,
Yeah.
The Beatles. Tell them about the Beatles.
Yeah, so April 10th, 1970, Paul McCartney officially announced that he was leaving the Beatles. So actually, that was part of my sunshine report the other day at Rotary. Was we finally saw the sun, so we did some, here comes the sun, and then just happened to be the case that was the, kind of what happened to stay in history.
Yeah, and then also on Wednesday, the very first 3D movie was played in a theater in 1953.
Do you know what the movie was?
Yeah, The Wax House.
The Wax
with
House.
Vincent Price.
It's got to be a horror then.
It was a horror movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
It was a horror movie. It was in color, and it was in 3D. And that's when they had the blue and glasses and everything. 3D was very popular in the 50s. New technology, new something, new. I like our 3D we have now. Have you ever seen the blue and red?
I used to have them. I used to get them in comic books actually, with the blue and red with the 3D. But gosh, my buddy has a 3D TV, and we watched. I think it was Dread when it first came out, which actually I thought pretty underrated. But man, those action scenes when you have the new glasses and the new technology, it was like jumping out at you. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I remember seeing Avatar in 3D. That was one of the first movies I ever saw in 3D, and big fan. They don't show enough of them.
Right.
Hey.
Speaking of movies, guys, hey, did you see the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer? The Rise of Skywalker? My lord. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so let's beat this drum.
What was your first Star Wars experience, Jeff?
I saw the original Star Wars in 1978. It was been in the back then they left movies in the theaters for well over a year.
Right.
And it was in a drive-in theater. I begged my father to take me to see Star Wars because of course everybody else has seen it.
Right.
And so I saw it the original in the theater in the movie in the drive-in, and it wasn't. It really didn't affect. I didn't really get Star Wars until like Battlestar Galactica came out, and some of that it kind of moved forward. But then I in my later years I gave it a lot more oomph.
Yeah.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I appreciate it.
Me too. My first experience with Star Wars was my mom used to be a member of one of those clubs where you get however many movies a month or whatever, and then you have to buy another one. Well, I remember it used to be you'd pick like the first 8 or something, and they'd send them to you for a penny, and then you had to agree to buy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she bought Star Wars, and she could have bought 100 other movies because that was pretty much all my brother and I watched for like the next probably 2-3 years.
The new one that came out?
No, those were she got the originals. Yeah, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Jedi. And man, those were. It was like a whole new experience because I hadn't seen anything like that.
I went and saw the when they first came back out, in the theater.
Phantom Menace.
They replayed the old ones first, remember? And so that was cool to go see them in the theater, on the big screen. But
I remember getting pulled out of band class to go see that. Oh, I have a doctor's appointment. And Mom pulled us out to go see. Yeah, thanks, Mom. So way better.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey. So what's going on this weekend?
All right, so tonight, Friday, April 12th, 2019, the Ukiah Latitude Observatory from 5 o'clock to 10 p.m. is having their Bounce to the Stars event, which essentially it's tours of the observatory. They're going to have telescopes so that you can look at the night sky. It's a free event for all ages. It's located at 432 Observatory in Ukiah. There's even going to be free food that's going to be first come, first served to, as long as it lasts. So check that out. Should be a lot of fun. especially with the whole science news this week, being able to take a picture of a black hole.
Yeah, that
Kind
was
of neat.
interesting.
Yeah.
I was kind of following those treads a little bit on Facebook, and first I thought it was, oh, this is BS.
Right.
And then I started doing a little bit more research, and yeah, that girl's amazing.
Yeah.
What she's done in her life. I mean, and to give us a black hole.
Right. Awesome. What else we got, Jeff?
We got next door here at the office, the backdoor project tonight, 8:30 to 11:30. These guys are awesome. Bluegrass, jazz, blues. They're really put on a really good show. A lot of acoustics, and it's a $10 cover charge, and it's 131 East Mill Street, right next door here at the office, right above Simona's.
Yeah.
And we're losing Simona's.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I've been there one time actually, and I unfortunately didn't know about it until the one time I had, and then find out they're closing. But they were really good.
Retiring.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be back, and I hear there's already some works for another restaurant to go in its place. So
right on. Saturday, April 13th, there's going to be a wildflower walk at the Hopland Research and Extension Center from 10 a.m. to noon. So you can stroll around the Hopland Research and Extension Center to view this year's surge of wildflowers. The reservations can be made online and are $8 for adults and $3 for kids 16 and under.
Cool. And then the Sports Addict, their first year anniversary party is noon at 10 p.m. Noon to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
They have double standard and special on drinks, and they're over at 247 East Perkins Street. And I only been there once since they reopened.
Yeah, well, good local business.
I'm not a bar fly. So
right. Good place to go and watch a game, though. Have a beer, watch the game.
Yeah, feel the energy.
Right, exactly. It's pretty cool. And they were
way.
Gone for so long, because I remember they used to be over there on State Street when I was in college. And then, then to find out they were coming back, really glad that they're back and made it a year. So that's cool. Also, guys, Celebrate Spring Gala at Barra of Mendocino Winery starts at 6 p.m. That's on Saturday. It's going to be an elegant evening of fun featuring catered cuisine and desserts. There's a no-host bar with wine and beer. The first drink is included with dinner. There's going to be a silent and live auction. There's going to be performance by dancers from Mendocino Ballet. And tickets are available at the Mendocino Book Company and at Mendocino Ballet. So check that out. Barra is a great place for events.
Oh, yeah. We love it there.
Yeah.
So, lastly, on Sunday, the 14th, the Prawns and Tri-Tip Feed at the Redwood Empire Fairgrounds put on by the Ukiah Redwood Empire Lions Club, and that is to benefit who?
It's benefiting the Lions Club and for all the
okay.
good local work they do.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff, the parks and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, JD, do we got any comments we need to comment on? No comments, so feel free to comment in, and we'd love to give you a little shout out if you have any comments. So
must be doing so well, Sometimes comments are like junk mail. If you don't get any, it's a good day.
Yeah, that's true. At least the bad ones.
Right.
Business shout out. You top at Frozen Foods,
yes.
Frozen Treats. You guys are awesome. We wanted to kind of mention a few of his favorites.
Yeah. So I'm from Fort Bragg, where they have Cowlicks ice cream. I was a big fan of Top It to begin with, and now they carry Cowlicks ice cream, so keeping me out of there is going to be tough, even on the diet I'm on. So, go check that out, guys. It's a new offering, Cowlicks ice cream. If you've never had it, it is out of this world good.
Yeah, they've really stepped up their game with the treats and desserts, and I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
They're doing really well.
Absolutely.
Good job, you guys.
Right over there on North State Street, if you guys don't know where they are.
Yeah, it's over by Honey Fluff Donuts.
Yeah, across the street from Carl's Jr., guys.
I should know their address. I listed the property once.
Right.
Anyways,
gosh,
you
jokes
got a
of
joke?
the week already.
You
I guess
have us a joke.
I have some jokes for you guys.
Okay, you gonna do all three?
I tell you what, I'll do the first one and the third one because I might need the third one to redeem myself. You can do the middle one. So,
awesome.
Kids earmuffs. How do you know if your diarrhea is hereditary? Because it runs through your genes.
Yay!
Yeah, dirty.
Yeah, this is where we need the clap. There's our clap track.
Right.
Hey, what's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? You can roast beef, but you can't pea soup.
I love that one.
Yeah,
what a classic.
That's a good one.
All right. And then my last one, this is a pun for all you dads out there. Tell it, your kids will hate you. Did you hear about the paddle sale at the boat store? It was a big ordeal. Hot dog.
Yeah, that's a good one for the kids.
Right.
And Boston, all three were for you.
Hope you enjoyed those, Boston. All right.
Hey, give us our inspirational quote.
All right, guys. Here's my inspirational quote to get you through the weekend, and this one comes from the great NFL coach Vince Lombardi. The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand. So keep that in mind. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
Vince Lombardi, he was always good for. He's got a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of good quotes.
That guy will make you run through a wall. Like,
He was the man.
yeah, that's probably why he was so successful. You can inspire somebody, you can get them to do anything, make them the best of themselves.
So that being said, hey, we're out of here. And like Justin said, we're going to be off a couple of weeks. So we'll have re-airings of our first couple of shows. Please feel free, if you didn't watch them, tune in to watch them, because they will be re-aired live. And let's just say goodbye. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you made it this far, you're our heroes.
Thanks, guys.
And we love you.
Yeah. See you next time.
You're our heroes.
Thanks, guys.
And we love you.
Yeah. See you next time. Good show.